Okay, guys, so a little bit of an update on this connecting rod situation here. So, obviously, this one was a failure because I drilled that pin bore too big, so the crank was wobbling around in there, so no good. So, I decided to scratch out another one, as you can see, and I spent, probably about a good hour with some 800 and some 2000 wet dry and a little bit of WD, everyone's favorite libation, and just basically rolled it up into little strips like this and just finish honed them to size because they were actually pretty undersized. But my phone won't be able to pick that up, but it's hard to see, but the bores inside are nice and smooth, and crank drops right in. It's actually a tighter fit than the original connecting rod. And then you got our piston pin, which is very nice and tight. So basically we're almost done here. What I gotta do next is, I forgot to get them when I was at the shop the other day, is I gotta get some files. And this, you can see here's a brand new connecting rod. Well, this one's, I put an oil hole in the top of this. Is a factory Pro 15 rod. And it's got an oil hole in it, like I said. But this is 4 millimeters, this is 5. So what I gotta do is when I cut that one out, is put this on a file and just run it back and forth till I get this down to 4. And then just file this side and then file the middle out. So not a big deal. It's not gonna look exactly the same. I might knife edge it or something a little bit, just kind of do whatever I'm gonna do, I suppose. It's, like I said, an experiment. And then for the oil holes, after that, I'm gonna need 2 hands here. Hold on a second. Well, maybe not. We'll see. And because I don't have a pin vise, or a good one at that, I already broke when I dropped it on the floor, pissed me off. But now that I have dropped it on the floor, I have a nice piece of Kunstain Tar Glide to play with. So we got some PCB drills here. These are Kunstain Tar Glide, as AVE calls them, because that's freaking hilarious. Anyways, so we're probably going to go with this guy right here. This one seems to be pretty magic. And then what we do after we get this, because I just have it scribed off as a square, I'm going to cut that out. And then when it's still a square, I'm going to bore an oil hole here, and then one underneath. So if I can find that factory rod again, wherever I put it. There'll be one there. Focus. There it is. See the oil hole. So there'll be one there. There'll be one on the top. There's just a couple little dimples where I missed with the drill. So nothing to worry about, but the oil hole's right there. Right at the top. So oil hole in the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drill bit that's slightly larger and just put a chamfer in the top, left and right sides here, and then one in the bottom. And then what I might also do is do what Kyosho did and take a very fine blade and then just put a kind of like a scribe across. So obviously not this thick, but they kind of put like a little bit of an indent across this way. It just helps with the oiling. So I'm going to do that too, give it its best chance of living and see what happens. But so far, that's my progress on it. People ask, oh, are you going to put bushings in? Are you going to do this? Or you should get some bronze or phosphor bronze or all these kind of things. And it's just, I'm not paying $90 for a slug of the stuff to, try to cut off a piece and then drill these out and then try to make it fit. And it's, you know what I mean? It's just not what I'm going to go for here. This is basically how, well, not by hand, or probably by hand at one point, is they used to make the old airplane engine connecting rods for like your old McCoys and things like that, or Cox engines and whatnot. Even my diesel airplane engines have aluminum connecting rods with no bushings in them. So that's what I'm going for here. A lot of people said, why not 6061? That's because they didn't have any available, and I'm sure it could be done. I know its ductility and hardness are a little bit different. The 7075 is a lot harder. So that's why I decided to go with that. They had some 882 or something. I don't know, some weird exotic blend. But yeah, so this one's a failure. I'm going to cut that one out anyway and stick it on a keychain just as a reminder of my troubles. But yeah, this is very nice. Almost no play in there at all. There's going to be a little tiny bit of play, but not much. And this is all hand sanded. And plus, when this is running, there is going to be oil that's going to take up clearance as well. just like in the normal ones. So should be interesting to see what happens. Anyways, guys, a little bit of a progress update. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep on burning nitro out there. Cheers. There'll be another update soon.